up? Welcome back to Balance with Bells, your 12-week strength and conditioning program. This is week 4. I have a full body conditioning workout for you today. It is going to be a spicy one. We're going to sweat and utilize a lot of the technique that we've built upon over the last 3 weeks. All right, so if you're ready, grab your stuff that you're going to need: a mat, water, kettlebell, and I will meet you on the mat. Always starting with the 6 components of an effective workout. We're going to jump into our movement prep first with 10 walkouts. So starting at the edge of your mat, down on the floor, walk it out into the plank position, core nice and tight, and drive back with the hips and hands. For 2, and drive back. Good, get a nice rhythm going here. Wake up those hips. Nice work. Right into plank and drive it back. Nice work. Let's go 2 more here. Waking up the shoulders. Last one. And drive it back. Nice work. All right, into a side shuffle, down into your squat. So starting in a nice low position, we're gonna side shuffle across our mat and squat down for 2. All right, side shuffle, squat down for 2. Stay nice and low. Good, one more. Good, and stand it up. Good, shake it out. For your forward and reverse lunge, find the center point of your mat. We're gonna go with the right leg first, down into your forward lunge, drive it back into your reverse. Once you feel got your balance, moving like a pendulum back and forth. Good, one more. Drive and down. Good, and let's switch legs here. Forward and back. Good. Last one, and drive it up. Get into our prying squat with a single arm reach. Turn those feet out, nice wide stance here. Drop down into your prying squat. Pressing on the knees. We're gonna reach down and reach up with your right hand. Good, and switch. Good. One more reach on each side. Good, other side. Nice, really opening up the hips. Stretch it out. Good, stand it up. All right, guys, into our CNS connection, where we connect our mind with our body, get the heart rate up, and get ready to work. We're gonna start off with a 2-hand swing here, okay? Getting that hip complex going, working on explosiveness. So grab an appropriate size bell. I'm gonna grab 8-kilo kettlebell here. For 10 reps, we're gonna get into 5 frog jumps and do that 2 times through. All right, back from the bell, ready position. Let's go. And 10. Good, drop the bell down. 5 frog jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stand it up, shake it out. Back down, focusing on your form. Let's go. And 10. 5 frog jumps, right into it. 5. Woo, and rest. Good job, feeling warm. All right, guys, let's get into our technique today. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different before we get into our circuit training. I wanna teach you guys the Turkish get-up with the kettlebell, all right? So if you've never done Turkish get-ups before, you're gonna start with body weight or have an object in your hand, such something light like a shoe or whatever you have around that you feel comfortable lifting overhead, okay? If you've done the Turkish get-up before and you're feeling confident, you can kind of skip through this part or just work on your technique, go through a few reps, and then catch up with us on the other side when we're working with the weight, okay? So grab your object down on the ground. I'm gonna grab my eraser to start. Flat on the ground. We're gonna start in your rack position. Whatever is your working arm, this foot needs to be up, all right? Ready to push this hip off the ground. So first, we're gonna drive the fist up, locking out the elbow, concentrating our focus onto the object or the kettlebell, all right? When we push up, we're gonna push up and then push the bell across our body to help us get into a seated position, all right? Elbow stays locked out and up on this hand, all right? Once you get to here, you're gonna lift the hips up into the air and bring the left foot, this one here, back through with nice open hips to the other side, all right? Hips come up, bring this leg back so that you're in a nice 90 degree angle, okay? If you don't bring this leg back far enough, you're gonna be sitting like this and not too sure where to go from here, okay? So bring it all the way through, sit back into the hips, feel that stretch, all right? And from here, we're gonna focus on punching our fist up to the ceiling and get into a nice lunge position, all right? So push and lunge position, curl the toes at the back, this arm engaged, elbow locked out in the working hand and ready to stand at the top, all right? Same exact thing on the way back down. Bring this back foot into your lunge position, guide yourself down, curl the toes back under. All right, reach down your thigh till you plant that hand. Sit back into the hips, okay? Nice and open. We're gonna bring the back leg through, slide it through, push those hips forward, and then find your way back down to your mat. All right, second rep, little faster here. Push and drive across, up, hips come up, leg goes through. Nice range of motion there into your lunge position. All right, everything nice and tight, get your balance and drive it up to standing. Elbow locked out at the top. You can always look at your bell to keep focus on there and make sure that that elbow and wrist are locked out at all times. Back down to your lunge. Guide yourself down the thigh, plant that hand. Hips come through, legs come through. Good. Find your way back down to your mat and back into the rack. Into the rack position. Drive, come across, up, hips comes up, front leg comes through. Nice big range of motion here. Sit back in the hip. Get ready to come up into a lunge position. Drive it up, stand tall at the top. Guide yourself back down into that lunge, curl the toes, Reach down the thigh, elbow stays locked out, hips come back, push the hips forward, leg comes through, and guide yourself back down to the mat and down into the rack. Okay? Let's grab a bell or something a little bit heavier. If you want to just work on the form and your technique for the Turkish get-up today without a weight overhead, that's totally cool. All right, 3 on the right, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, 3 on the left, and then we're going to move on. All right, take your time, go at your own pace. Into the rack. Use this foot for stability and to push off of. Push up and across. Hips come up, leg goes back. Keep that elbow locked out and drive it up. Back down, push back into the hips. Take your time. Hips come through, foot comes through. Focusing on the bell. And down. Good. For 2, push, drive. Hips come up, leg goes back, locked out. Good, down into your lunge. Curl the toes, sit the hips back. All right, everything comes forward. Good, and back down into the rack. All right, for 3, last rep here. Make it count. Drive across and up. Hips come up, leg comes back. Sit back into the hips. Good, into lunge. Stand it up. Back down. Good, reach, follow the thigh. Sit back into the hips. Hips come forward, leg comes through. Guide yourself back down to the mat and rest. Good. Get yourself into rack position, left side. Hips come up, leg shoots back. Good. Into the lunge. Stand it up. Push, push, hips come up. Sit back into the hips, bring it forward, leg comes through, lock that elbow out at the top. Good, and rack. Last one. Good, and rest. All right, guys, let's get into set number 2 of the Turkish get-up. Back onto the right side, down on your mat. Right leg comes up. Use this foot to push off. Get the bell into the rack. Ready to work. Let's go. Drive up and across. Lock out the elbow. Foot comes through, sit back into the hip, lunge, stand up tall, back down. Good. drive up and across, up. Stand tall at the top, slow back down, follow the thigh, open the hips, push back, push hips forward, leg comes through, slow and controlled back down into the rack. All right. Left side. Let's go. Push, up and across. Good. Sit it back. Lunge. Stand it up. Good. Try to keep that elbow locked out. Yep. Last rep. And push. Push that hip up and across. Hip comes up, leg comes back. Nice and wide here. Sit back into the glutes. Lunge. Stand it up. Stand tall, locked out. And back down. Sit back into the glutes. Push the hip forward. Foot comes through. Back, down, into the rack. Nice work. All right, guys, for our mains today, we are gonna do some serious kettlebell work. The goal is to do continuous all the way through. All right, so not putting the kettlebell on the ground. Obviously, if you have to, you can. Try to make it to the end, and then we'll take a nice rest and do it 3 times through, all right? So I'm just gonna demonstrate for you quick here each exercise that we have planned for today. I'm gonna just do 2 reps of each thing. All right, so first up is our 2-hand swing. All right, into our switch swing for 10. All right, switch into our clean for 10. Press overhead for 10. All right, other side. We're cleaning for 10. All right, and then we're pressing overhead for 10. When we're done our press, we're gonna bring it into a row, switching at the top once the kettlebell gets to our belly button. All right, switch, back down, switch, hike, hike for 10. Okay? Grab an appropriate sized kettlebell. This is putting together all the movements that we've learned over the last 4 weeks, okay? So it's gonna be a lot. Take your time, focus, rest when you need to, and pause the video if you need a second to kind of recoup and come back in and join us, okay? So 7 exercises, 10 reps of each. Let's get it. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hike it back for 1. Three more for 10. Switch swing. And 10. Good. Clean for 10. One more. Into the rack. Feet together. Neutral stance. Press for 10. 3 more. And 10, nice work. Switch into your 10 cleans on the left. Feet underneath you. Let's go for 10. One more, and 10. All right, right into our rows. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And rest. Good job. Catch your breath. Grab a quick drink. All right, guys, when you're ready, second set here. We are going to get into it. Keep our heart rate up. Keep moving through it. On those presses, if you have to do a push press, a little dip, drive, and then catch it in your dip with knees bent and drive back up just to get those 10 reps in. Utilize your lower body to get the bell overhead, okay? All right, second set. Let's go. Three more. And 10. First switch. Up. Core tight. 9. One more. And 10. Clean for 10. One more, and 10. All right, press for 10, let's go. Eight, 9, last one for 10. Good. Cleans on the other side. Switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. One more. 10. Let's press. Two more. Nice work, guys. Into your rows. Keep that torso level. Last one, and 10. Nice work. Good job. Shake it out. Grab a drink. Okay, guys, when you're ready, let's go for our third set here. Third round. Make it count. Focus on your form. your technique. If you're tired, that's when you're gonna be most susceptible to injury. You gotta keep it tight, keep it together, keep that back ready to go. Back from the bell, in ready position for 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 3 more. And 10. Let's switch. Up. Nine. Last one. Let's switch. Right hand clean. 1, 2. Along the body. Cushion at the top. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feet together. Neutral stance. Presses for 10. 3, 4, 5. Ribs stay tucked. Core tight. And 10. Switch to the other side. Left hand cleans for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Presses. Let's go. Eight. 2 more. 9 and 10. Awesome job. Into your row. Nice big wide stance. Neutral spine. And 10. And relax. Woo! Nice work. When you're ready, we're gonna get into our spice. A little bit of core work here and we're done. Down on the ground, on your back. We are gonna do some single leg raises with a reach. All right, opposite arm reaches over to opposite leg. If you can, the idea here is to have your legs remain off the ground. All right, if you have to rest the other leg at the top, that's all right. Okay, let's go for 15 to 20 reps here. Let's go. And 15, and 20. Good work. Let's flip it over into our plank. Right away, no rest. Into our plank, tuck the bum, belly button to spine, and we're gonna do some hip dips here for 20. All right, touch the hip and back up. Four more. And 20. Good work. Stretch it out. All right, when you're ready, 15 to 20 reps here. Let's go. It's 15. And 20. Good, switch it over. Into your plank. 15 to 20 hip dips. Let's go. Tuck the bum. 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, and rest. Whew. Spread the knees, sit back into child's pose. Let the belly fall. Forehead to your mat. Reach those arms forward. Good, just let the belly fall. In through the nose, hold at the top, and out through your mouth. Nice stuff. Bringing it forward, curving the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. Sit the hips down. Press the chest up, stretching out the abdominals. Into cobra. Good, sit it back. One more time into child's pose. One more inhale all together. Exhale through the mouth. Good, pick yourself up off your mat. Awesome, guys. I hope you guys got some experience with endurance using the kettlebells for reps. All right, feeling what that's like to get a bit fatigued with the kettlebell and having to hold that form for extended period of time, all right? Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, share it with a friend, give it a thumbs up. If you wanna go along this entire journey with me for the 12 weeks, subscribe to my channel below. I have a lot more coming, a lot more to give, and thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time.